Guys, it is week 3, college football best bets and parlays, back after a pretty good week 2, hitting big on that Oklahoma minus 4.5 spread cover against Michigan, as well as Kent State over 7.5 points against Texas Tech, and the over in that Kentucky Ole Miss game. Pretty wicked stuff last weekend. And the first bet I'm going to give out here is the Colorado-Houston game on Friday night. So Colorado has a quarterback situation to figure out right now. They're deciding between 3 guys right now. Slater was pulled last week against Delaware. I believe Dion will figure this thing out, get his scheme going, and the bet on this one is Colorado plus 5.5 points to cover that spread here on Friday night at Houston at minus 108 odds. I love them to win this game outright, but I would take the points there, plus 5.5, and then also Colorado over 19.5 points in the entire game. I see no reason why, once they get a quarterback figured out, why they can't score 20 points in this game. I know Houston shut down Rice last week in that triple option, whatever, but Colorado will score 21 to 24 points at least in this game at Houston. And then going to Saturday here, big noon kickoff. It is Oregon at Northwestern. So in my last video, I said this game's going to be very polarizing. A high-scoring, high-speed offense in Oregon with Dante, the quarterback, and playing at Northwestern here at a noon game, 11 a.m. local time. It's going to be sleepy. It's going to be sloppy. But guys, I do like the over 10.5 points in the first quarter of this game. I believe Oregon gets out to a quick start, probably gets up 14-0 early, maybe 14-3 into the first quarter. But this over should hit pretty easily, considering Oregon's offense last week against Oklahoma State was legendary stuff. And then the next game here, Clemson at Georgia Tech. So Cade Klubnik missing in action right now. Can Haynes King pull the upset for Georgia Tech, guys? I love Georgia Tech money line in this game at plus 145. That may come down in the next few days, but I like them winning this game at home here. I just don't see it yet with Clemson this year. I have no faith in Dabo Swinney to go on the road and win this game against an upstart Yellow Jackets team. Georgia Tech money line, play that all day long. The next one here, Oklahoma playing at Temple. This is a nap time game. But yeah, I have Oklahoma winning this game at 44-13, easily going over that 37.5 total there at minus 120 odds. I would play that up to 40 points if it goes up. The next one is South Alabama playing at Auburn, an intrastate battle here. Always fun to see that on the SEC network. And I do love USA to cover 24.5 points there. They nearly came back and beat Tulane last weekend, a pretty good team there. These guys can score points, and I think Auburn will lay down in the second half here. But South Alabama easily covers the spread, probably losing this game by 14 to 17 points. The next one here, this game could have been so great if SMU was still ranked. So they're playing at Missouri State. Now, last weekend, Missouri State upset Marshall on the road as 10-point underdogs. They went into Marshall, Harrisburg, West Virginia, or whatever, and they beat Marshall on the road. A very good FBS win there for Missouri State. Their first FBS win as an FBS member, and they're hosting a playoff team in SMU. Pretty cool stuff to see there. I wish SMU was ranked going into this game, but they lost a heartbreaker to Baylor last week. And I love the Bears of Missouri State to cover that 27.5 point spread in this game at minus 105 odds, guys. That is a great value bet there. I would ride this thing down to like 24.5, honestly. Missouri State's going to come out inspired, full of passion in this game, keep it close, at least in the first half, and easily cover that 27-point spread there against SMU on CBS Sports Network. Here we go, one of the best games of the week. It is South Florida at Miami. So my first video of the year, I said South Florida is a bad program. They suck. They're going to get blown out by Boise State. They go out there, win that game by like 40 points. And then last week I said there's no way they beat Florida, and they go and beat Florida on the road. It's ridiculous, guys. I'm done doubting this South Florida team. I'm done. I'm getting on the bowl. I'm riding the bowl fully. And yes, they cover that 16.5 point spread at Miami. I mean, that's a lot of points, guys. 16.5 for a team that's 2-0 with 2 ranked wins on the year. I know Miami's a good offense. I get it. They scored 77 points last week against Bethune. Whatever. But guys, minus 105 odds at plus 16.5 points there. I would even take this thing down to like 14.5 points, get a better value there, because this game should be pretty close, at least until the end. I would see South Florida maybe pulling an upset here, honestly. So 16 points is a lot to play with there if you're a betting man. And then Ohio at Ohio State, guys. I always love these intrastate battles. You know, it's so beautiful to see. I say that all the time, but it brings a tear to my eye. But just like last week, though, I think Ohio State covers this spread. 32.5 points is not enough against Ohio. I know they beat West Virginia, whatever. But guys, Ohio State, a 70 burger last week against Grambling. They covered that 55-point spread. Now it's down to 32 this week. They come out running and gunning, throwing the ball, slinging it around here, and they win this game by about 40 to 45 points. Ohio State covers the spread once again for the third straight week this year. And then Florida LSU, another game that could have been a ranked matchup. Florida loses last week and they're out of the rankings, but playing at LSU, Brian Kelly, and my Heisman dark horse still, Garrett Nussmeier. And yes, I love LSU minus 9.5 points at home here. They win this game by about 20 to 25 points, easily covering the spread against Florida on Saturday night. And then my Texas State Bobcats, of course. We always pick Texas State on the channel, playing at Arizona State, guys. Texas State is 2-0. They're a fringe top 30 team right now in college football, and they covered that 14.5 point spread on the road in Tempe easily, guys. I would not be shocked if Texas State wins this game outright on the road. They're plus 500 on the money line, guys. And then going to our parlay lock of the week. So every week I give out a 3-leg parlay that is guaranteed to hit and double your money. The first leg here is going to be Central Michigan against Michigan, the over 34.5 points. So this was on DraftKings, the alternate over total 34.5. Guys, this should easily hit. Michigan should score at least 40 points in this game by themselves. And then the Chippewas can check on a field goal or whatever. But really, this over 34 points should be a mortal lock there at minus 306 odds. The second leg here is LSU money line at home. Saturday Night Football, Death Valley, trying to bounce back from that kind of slow game last week. They should beat Florida at home here. It could be a close game, but really, I think LSU takes care of business on Saturday night and gets their third win of the year. That is minus 360 on the money line. The last leg here, UAB money line against Akron. So this one's pretty self-explanatory, guys. Akron has not scored a single point yet this year in football. So minus 455 on the money line there. At home for UAB is pretty good value there. They should blow out Akron. And the final odds of this 3-leg parlay is plus 106. So you get a nice little double your money plus some change there. Guys, fall's in the air. I'm feeling it right now. The fall, pumpkin spice. Also, thank you for 3,000 subs on the channel. That was pretty cool, hitting 3K subs today. It's been about a year and a half since I made this channel. I just do it for fun outside of my work. It's pretty fun to predict sports games. It's all for fun, casual stuff here, guys. Fall is in the air. I feel the pumpkin spice, the leaves changing colors outside, the vibes. The vibes are so good right now. Football's back in the air. So guys, thanks for watching this channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video for maybe an NFL picks video. Peace out. Bye.